What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's fundamentals video, we're covering the bow and arrow choke from the back. If you find this video useful, don't forget to hit the like button. Let's hop right into the technique. All right, so now we're attacking the bow and arrow choke from the back. And the way that I prefer to set up the bow and arrow choke is from the weak side, okay? So the underside, which would be my left side here. So I'm gonna fall to that underside, and we're gonna do the same hand fight series that we've been practicing throughout all the back attacks. This bottom hand is gonna come between his forearm and his bicep. Grab the meat of the palm, I peel the grip, and I pass it to my wrist. Now this hand is free, so I'm gonna be grabbing the bottom lapel and I'm turning it, making a handhold for my new choking grip. I'm not worried about this hand defending at all because it's going to be very easy to pass the lapel and get that control. Once I get the choking grip, this hand goes back to the wrist to prevent him from turning as easily. This is the hard part, okay? So I'm going to put my top leg on his hip, and I want to push his hips low and take the weight off of my bottom leg so that I can bring my leg as high up on his torso as possible. So I'm pushing down towards his legs with my foot, but also down towards the mat so that it takes the weight off my leg. So you just watch me do that. Look, I take the weight off of my bottom leg. I lift my leg as high on his torso as I possibly can. And you'll notice my right foot is on Frank's hip or like rib. And when I pull him to the other side, look how I use my collar grip, I use the wrist grip, and I use my feet to pull him to the other side. As I do that, I sit up all the way up on my butt cheek. I don't want to be falling over to the side here. So I'm sitting tall. Now, let's spin, Frank. Giving you guys a better angle here. Now that I'm on top, I'm going to let go of that top arm, pull it out, and grab the pant grip. If I can just hug the leg right away, I will. But a lot of times his leg is far away, so I'll just grab the pant grip, pull his leg close to me, and now I dive for that leg. When going for the finish, I want to make sure that I don't just start extending here. I can make him tap by just pulling really hard, but I want my legs to be the thing that I use to submit. So I'm going to fall to my left hip like I'm trying to listen to his leg. Fall to my left hip. And now, you see how he's defending with his right arm. If I want to, I'm just going to bring my leg over his shoulder and lock my feet. In this position, I'm using my bottom leg to extend away and finish the choke. If he can pull my elbow over his head, he escapes the choke. And there's other options that I can use, but I'm not threatening that attack because my attack was weak. So I need to make sure from the very beginning of this, before I get my leg over his head, I'm tucking my elbow towards my hip. At that same time, I'm not letting my wrist bend. I have to keep my wrist firm so that I can cast my fishing line. So keeping my elbow tucked. Now Frank tries to reach back and grab my elbow. He can't do it. And it's very easy for me to throw my leg over his shoulder. I like to lock my feet, but you don't have to. You can just hook here. But I lock my feet and my left leg is going to be extending away. If I try to finish by sitting up, it's possible, but I'm literally just pulling. And the more I pull with my arms, the easier it is for Frank to pull my elbow over his head. So I pull here, he escapes, he comes up on top, right? I don't want that. So that's why when I finish the bow and arrow, I prioritize finishing it from my hip here. Now, when he goes to pull my elbow, if I keep my elbows tucked this whole time, let's say, hypothetically, I try to get my foot over his shoulder. That's okay. I can't. I lock under the shoulder. I'm still going to be able to finish here because my left leg is providing the power. My elbows stay tucked, both elbows. And all I have to do is extend my bottom leg to finish, getting the finish. So this top leg could be under the armpit. It could be hooking the arm. It could be locking my ankles over the shoulder. It doesn't matter as long as my left leg is high and I push to finish. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hand fight. We're gonna get to our choking position here, and I gotta make sure that my foot stays on the hip. If my foot slides at all from here to here, he's gonna be laying on my leg. So foot on the hip, and when I get my bottom leg as high as possible, sitting up now, look at this. As I sit up, my foot is underneath Frank. This is where I wanna be to stay tall, as opposed to right here where I can't come up to grab his leg anymore. Okay, so the difference being my foot being on his hip here, sitting tall to where I can grab his pant grip, and my leg being stuck underneath him to where I can't reach the pant grip. We're gonna give you a different angle for the finish here. I'm gonna fall to my underside or my weak side and do my hand fight, get my choking grip, and then go back to the wrist control. Foot goes high on my partner's rib or hip, and now using all of my grips, I'm gonna bring my leg up on his torso. Now I have to bring him to his side, so I pull him to his side, sit up tall, and it's easy for me to grab the pant, pull it close to me, hug his leg, and I fall towards that hip. Remembering to keep my elbow tucked. Now, where I lock my leg kind of depends on what my partner does, but I'm gonna try and get over his shoulder here, and I like to lock my feet. When I lock my feet, my left leg extends away, but I don't let my arms, I don't pull like this, letting my back extend. I keep my back curled, elbows tucked, and I extend with my leg, flaring the wrist for the finish. That's the bow and arrow choke from the back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you had any questions, throw them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. As always, guys, stay consistent, go train.